This is IRR's newest possession. I'm stoked on this.
Sled.
This is the sled. It's really good for rescue applications, right? Like in terms of paddling, it'd be horrible. It's too wide for that, and it's too narrow to go with like a person on either side. So every boat has, like, just like everything has its own pluses and minuses. This one works really good in the application of, like, hey, it's just got an open end right here. So, and look at all the handles and grab loops and like places where you can like grab somebody or pull them on here. Lots of attachment points on this. So it's really cool. When we're talking about this, the handles are designed for grabbing a hold of, not for rigging off of. Okay, so in general, they probably would hold up, but the D-rings, the metal rings on the outside, that's what we're actually going to be going for. Okay, now, the most important lesson that we can learn when it comes down to the river is don't fight the river. Does that make sense? Yep. Okay, several of you have tried. I saw Ross swallow about half of it out there. Okay, and so like when you fight the river wins. That's the only thing that happens. The river wins when you fight the river. Everyone's good with that concept. So the thing we need to do is not give the river much power. The way we do that is with vector angles. You got grip though. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna play tug of war. So everyone take tight. Okay, and pull. Cool, stop. Why did they win that time? Because what? The angles, because they're standing shoulder to shoulder. This one's really wide. Okay, so to tie, when we're talking about the D-rings, everyone look at a D-ring in front of you. The way that the D-rings are meant to be pulled is directly out from the boat. Okay, so if I pull it sideways, it's only pulling on this part of the patch. Does that make sense? Okay, whereas if I pull it straight out, it's pulling on the whole patch. So what I want to do is create an anchor system that's going to work that way. So what I'll do for this one is I'm going to take this end of the webbing, thread it through a D-ring, thread it through a D-ring, bring it back together, and I'm going to tie this off. So now I'm doing a water knot. Okay, so looking at this is called a load equalizing anchor. So when I put a carabiner on here, it'll shift around. Okay, this is also called something else.
Oh, death triangle.
The American death triangle. Okay, so what I want to do with this is, and you can see that this is actually shearing, it's pulling that patch this way, pulling this patch this way. What I'm going to do is reach to the middle, grab this, and bring it to the center. Now, we talked about this earlier when we build these anchors, and we're building this, like a carabiner here will shift around, and that's important because we're going to be changing our vector angles a whole lot. But what do we need to do with this piece, with one of these strands?
Cross it.
Yep. Okay, because what can happen is in IRR, I've pulled off 4 D-rings while doing this drill. Okay, so if that D-ring comes out and I've got a carabiner hooked on this side, it's going to run off the end of the webbing. Maybe the D-ring will chock, maybe it won't. But what I do is I grab the strand, flip it over, and clip a carabiner here. Okay, and now if the D-ring comes off, the carabiner will stay inside the loop and be attached. Okay, now what this will do, we'll take this over here, and then now we'll attach a throw bag line into the carabiner, and that's going to be our upstream attachment. Now look at how we're actually pulling the patches off so that it puts more equal tension between the two of those. Does that make sense? So we have load equalizing anchors here. We have single point anchors at the back. Which way does the current move? Downstream, which anchors get more force on them?
Oh, these are going to have more force.
Yeah. Yep.